That night, the sea was wild and furious. Giant waves rose high like dark mountains, and lightning tore across the sky. The massive cargo ship, Marina Star, was struggling against the storm somewhere in the South Pacific Ocean. Captain Arif stood on the deck, gripping the wheel tightly. Beside him were mechanic Rasht, scientist Dr. Mahira, adventurer Sagor, photographer Tanya, and two sailors, Ryu and Roby. The storm struck harder than anyone expected. A blinding flash of lightning cracked open the sky, and within moments, the ship's hull split in two. Screams filled the air as the crew was thrown into the raging sea. Everything went black. Chapter 2, The Unknown Shore. When Sagor opened his eyes, the morning sun was soft and golden. He lay on a sandy beach, waves gently touching his feet. Around him was a dense forest, tall trees, strange bird calls, and a scent of salt and mystery in the air. A few meters away, he saw Tanya and Dr. Mahira, alive but exhausted. "Where are we?" Tanya whispered. Dr. Mahira looked around and said, "I don't know. But this place, it's not on any map I've ever seen." They gathered some wood, lit a small fire, and began exploring the forest. Soon they stumbled upon an ancient temple ruin, its stones covered with moss and strange symbols carved deep into the walls. Chapter 3, The Shadow in the Trees. As night fell, the island became eerily silent. From somewhere deep in the jungle came a rhythmic drum sound, boom, 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 like a ritual. Sagor stared into the darkness, holding a burning stick. Suddenly, he saw a shadow move behind a tree. "Who's there?" he shouted. A man stepped out, old, with a long beard and ragged clothes. "You're new here," the man said. "No one comes to this island anymore." They were stunned. "Who are you?" Sagor asked. The man smiled faintly. "Colonel Farrick. I've been stranded here for 20 years. He told him the island's name, Nabalon, an ancient place forgotten by time. Chapter 4, Traces of a Lost Civilization. The next morning, Colonel Farrick led them through thick jungle paths to a hidden cave high up in the hills. Inside, on the stone walls, were golden carvings of a giant serpent. Underneath were strange inscriptions. Dr. Mahira examined them and said, "This looks similar to ancient Mayan script, but not exactly. Maybe older." Farrick nodded. "The legend says, beneath this island lies the source of life, the blood of the gods." They realized that the mystery of Nabalon was far deeper than they thought. Chapter 5, The Secret Passage. At the end of the cave, Sagor noticed a stone slightly raised from the floor. When he pressed it, part of the wall slid open, revealing a dark tunnel. A cold wind rushed out. They lit torches and entered. The floor glowed faintly with engraved patterns, and the air smelled metallic. At the center of the tunnel was a massive stone chest. On it were words carved in an unknown tongue, the essence of life, the gift of the gods. Tanya carefully opened the chest. Inside was a glass container filled with glowing blue liquid. Dr. Mahira's eyes widened. This could be an energy source, or something far more dangerous. Chapter 6, The Curse awakened. Suddenly, the cave began to shake violently. Rocks started falling. Colonel Farrick screamed, "No! Don't touch it! That's not a gift, it's cursed!" They ran toward the entrance as the tunnel collapsed behind them. Outside, thunder roared and the sea grew violent again. Dr. Mahira looked at the sky and said, "We can't leave this island until we understand what we've awakened." Chapter 7, The Heart of the Island. They trekked deeper into the jungle until they reached a clearing where a giant stone statue stood, half man, half serpent. At its base was a single inscription, "Only the pure of heart may awaken the spirit of the island." Sagor placed his hand on the statue. At once, a blinding light burst from its eyes. The ground trembled, trees bent, and a deep voice echoed through the valley. "You humans have returned. Again you seek the fire that once destroyed us." Chapter 8, The Truth of Nabalon. Sagor spoke, trembling. "We don't want treasure. We just want to know the truth." The statue's voice rumbled like thunder. Long ago, Nabalon was a great civilization. Its people drank the blood of the gods, hoping for eternal life. But their greed brought ruin. The sea swallowed their cities, and the islands sank beneath the waves. Those who touched the blood were no longer human. The wind howled as the statue's eyes dimmed again. Chapter 9, The Escape. The ground split open. Lava burst from the mountain. The island was collapsing. Colonel Farrick shouted, "Run!" To the shore. Through ash and fire, they raced to the beach, where, miraculously, a broken lifeboat floated near the rocks. They climbed aboard and paddled with all their strength as Nabalan sank behind them into the ocean's depths. Chapter 10, the final secret. 3 months later, they were rescued by a passing ship. But something was wrong. Dr. Mahira noticed that Saga's eyes glowed faintly blue under the light. She stared at him. Sagor, that drop of the blue liquid you touched, it's still inside you. Sagor smiled quietly. Maybe the island didn't die, Mahira. Maybe, it lives in me now. He turned to the horizon. Far away, deep under the golden sky, a faint blue shimmer flickered over the ocean, as if the island of Nabalan was breathing again.